I'm PJ, for those of you who don't know me. You do now. Sorry, he's a hard act to follow, and there's got to be a dad joke in there somewhere about tidy whitey, but I don't know. There was, okay. So when I first came with Gene, because he was saying that he was looking at a spreadsheet and his head was exploding, and we found that not just in the tabs, that you're taking these in small chunks, and you're gonna work with them. Oh, no, this works. Okay. Here we go. Nope.
It's showing up over there.
I did a video and now it's not going to show me how to do that. So that's fine. So you've seen, you got, for example, this is your subject metadata. Then you're going to have like your injury data, and then you'll have behavioral outcomes. And now you have these three separate chunks that you are going to combine into one larger spreadsheet that can make your head spin. But Abel made this tool, and it's still in beta mode, but we are getting it, we are using it, and it helps out quite a bit. Also, Lex over here, raise your hand, Lex. She's a curator, so she also helps us out with any of your data and getting it into the format that you need. If you folks want to follow along, I did put I put 3 different files in there. Let me see if I can find it.
They call it Bites.
Bites was the movie, which it was really nothing. Now I don't know where I'm at. There we go. I'm just going to move forward because you guys can do this with once you get in there. Okay, so it looks like this. And for this tool specifically, your file needs to be in the CSV format. So if you looked at the common data elements and the different sets of CDEs that are on the PRECISE website, there are 2 options if you want to work in Excel or the CSV. CSV does need to be the format when you're uploading it into this tool, and also when you're using the Open Data Commons. You will also need to choose all 3, like all of your files all at once. I believe that's correct, right, Abel?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can't add one and then go to another file and add another one, put them all together. And once you see it here, you can review, make sure that everything looks okay.
That part, I see that on this part. Data structure by scrolling. So what does that mean? So if you scroll to the right.
Scroll down or scroll across?
Cross.
Oh, okay, sorry.
But both directions. You would do both.
Sorry, but that's part what worries me. If I have 40 animals.
Yep.
And I've got, like going back to the Barnes Maze example, and that's 8 to 15. So,
Yeah.
I'm scrolling through 500, 600 lines. And if I can't, I'm not that good enough to know if I missed 1 or 2, and it's going to offset.
Yeah, actually, I like to kind of give you example. Maybe tomorrow I don't have that one. So we did the home cage. That's more than 150 parameters from 72 animal. It's a big data sheet. So that's created so like this format. So maybe I can try to pull out additional slide to show that tomorrow.
I think for the purpose of using the tool here, though, is about spot checking that the tool is loading the data sets as you expect them. Not necessarily that you need to check every single point. There's like scroll up and down and on the sides just to see that your data set that is being uploaded to the tool looks like what you expect to find.
So once you've done that and you've kind of checked to make sure that you've chosen the correct files, you'll go down to combine files and over to that next tab, combine data. There's my mouse right there. Download the CSV and you have it. And this is what it looks like. So if you're talking about like having some missingness, this is what you're going to see, and that's okay. Yeah, so you can work in so many different, this will be like domains that you'll pick and choose kind of like the pieces, and then this is where you're going to put it all together. So for this one, I'm gonna go to this next one. This has the first two columns that is your animal ID and the injured elapsed time. And then your subject metadata, that was one spreadsheet. And then your close head of injury, that was another spreadsheet. And then the Barnes maze data was another spreadsheet, and it has put that all together for you. Where's the
And
rest
so
of it?
Ramesh, just so you get this, with you, I have now all of my in Excel separate tabs for all of these data, so I can read them, and then I can actually upload all of those tabs to ODC if I want to, but I can also upload a single CSV with all of the data that I can work with. So this is a way for us to have it both ways. And with the tool that Abel developed, we can have it both ways without spending a ton of extra time. Yeah, go ahead.
So correct me if I'm wrong. So you have a tab that is easy for you and your lab people to read and do whatever stats, wherever you want to do locally. Then you have a tab that is machine readable that could be shared in a database much more efficiently. That takes like the 5 minutes that Adam was talking about. You don't need to be trying to read that. That's what is going to go into the data
The machine.
storage. Yeah, yeah.
But you need this?
Oh, you're making me work.
But okay, that's great. I get that, right? But let's say now I wanted to go back to your data
Yeah.
and compare it to my data.
Yeah.
So once you upload it into ODC in
Yeah.
the CSV format,
Yeah.
when I download it, then am I supposed to convert it back to a format that I can understand?
Right. So there's two ways to think about this. If you want to, when I upload to ODC, I'm going to do both. I'm going to give you my individual tabs
Okay.
if you want them. Also give you machine
Yeah,
learning.
I want to show you.
Okay.
This is our data in the ODC TBI. This is have a 276 sheet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I, okay.
Right. So you can have it both ways.
You just flip.
Okay.
You have
All right.
200.
No, it's still the same because I can upload the 10 individual CSVs and then I can upload the single CSV with everything on it. Because CSVs aren't tabs. So every tab becomes its own CSV and then one CSV will be all of it.
there going to be a way to convert it back to a spreadsheet format that is easier for a human to look at?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Is there a way to convert it back to a spreadsheet format? This is what you're asking? That so that a human can appreciate and visualize it.
Okay. So there's two answers to that question. One is, as an investigator, I will probably upload it in both ways so that you have the convenience of looking at it one way or the other. The other thing is when you use Tidy, or think of it this way, when my students enter data, I then go copy paste all that data into Prism already. If I'm using Tidy, there's some very easy tricks you can do to say, I just want to see all of day one, Barnes Maze, something another, and then you can copy and paste it into your GraphPad Prism or into another Excel folder, just like you'd copy data anyway. So there's lots of simple ways to solve the problem. One is uploading more, and the other is once you're comfortable with the format, it's very easy to extract just those variables you want, drop them in a GraphPad if that's how you work.
This is the reason why we care about machine readable data, because once it's machine readable, we can create these tools, this code that brings that data back to any format that you want. You want to visualize it with 20 different colors in each different cell, we can program that, but it needs to be machine readable first. So we can take that data set from your lab in a tidy format and then transform it to visualize it wherever you want. But I can also take the same data and transform it wherever Gene wants in his lab so he can understand the data in the way that he wanted. But the commonality there is that it's machine readable.
So it's agnostic to the post-processing.
Correct. So it's always easier to go from the machine readable to whatever else. Then if you have it in that, whatever else it is, to, you know, yeah.
So it gets back to what Stuart has to say. And I think it's your question too. Can you discriminate, once you integrate everything, can you tell the difference between the two data sets? Let's say there's so it's A plus B goes to C. Can you get back to A plus B and tell, the differences between the two data sets from that machine database or the data tagged?
I mean, from this particular case, yes, because we know exactly what transformations we are doing and because we're programming those. So the code becomes the provenance process of transforming from one format to another. So every time you do that, you can always trace back what happened. And so you can always go back, right? Yeah, yeah, so.
But my question is like, relative to our agenda, how are we doing?
We're winding down. I had just a summary, but I think, Marianne, we're about ready for you. Well, and the other thing is, all of this stuff has been developed for us to put into the ODC. So when you folks need help for finally publishing your data sets, then that's when you come and see Lex and myself, and we can help you upload it. And by that time, it's in tidy data and it's all ready. And it looks beautiful. Thanks, guys.